Hi, this is Shri Mama Gigi. Oh, I'm just getting all these questions. People want to know how to reach this thing they think I've reached. They're calling it the natural state, a new term, I guess. I never heard it before. And what is not natural? How could one person's experience be more real or valid than another person's experience? It just doesn't make any sense. We can't even know what it's like for someone else, can we? It's impossible. As far as natural, I mean, you go to the store and reach for the box of cookies and you pick out the one that says all natural ingredients. Well, that's, arsenic is natural, radiation is natural. What's not natural? Naturally and spontaneously, life simply happens all by itself. You know that. You know that the past is just memory and the future is ideas, all thought created. And no past, no future. There's no now you can hold on to. There is no one with a big flagpole that can just plant it somewhere and go, yep, this is here, this is now, and I'm here and I'm now. It's all made up, mentally fabricated. There is no time, you know that. And yet, it can feel like there is an unchanging thing, a you, who is separate from all this. It can feel like there's a you who is separate from thought, a thinker, a you who is separate from feeling, someone who feels. And yet, if you try to capture, you can't. You can't say, this is the beginning of a thought, this is the end of a thought, this is the beginning of a moment, this is the end of a moment. You can't do that because you're not separate from it. So there is no capturing this magic, really. This magic that you know that life is. You know life is magical. You can feel it, this vibrant aliveness. It doesn't come from anywhere, doesn't go anywhere. Simultaneously appearing and self-erasing. And it is the longing to capture this magic that seems to create this great rift between you and it. For the moment you seem to arise and the dream of separation seems to solidify, then there's a feeling, this haunting feeling, this magical thing called life. And now you're walking the imaginary timeline between birth and death. And you see other people die, and you know that life is magical, and so you're trying to capture it. But it can't be captured. So you think maybe other people know more about capturing this thing called life, this magic, this love, all these ideas like enlightenment, happiness, this never arising next. Maybe somebody knows more than you. Maybe somebody's experience is more real or valid than yours. But you can't ever know what life is like for someone else. You are utterly, totally alone. And you can try to run away from that your whole life. But it's there, in the basement. One day it might burst through your heart and grab your head and chew you up and swallow you. This great emptiness, this great aloneness that you fear. And it could be realized that there are no things under the names. There are no separate events. There is no time or non-time. There is no emptiness or fullness. And yet, simultaneously, inseparably, all and everything seem to appear. And there's the magic. There's the magic you were looking for. The magic you were trying to capture. But you can't, because you're not separate from the magic. It was only trying to find this love, to find this magic that seemed to create a wall between you and it. The belief that there's more to this, the belief that there is another, the belief that there is something better, and there isn't. You've never found anything other, better, more, and you've never found a next. And you've never found this magic by looking for it, have you? And yet somehow the looking for it is it. And the not finding it is it. For the magic is that there is no it. All that you feared, the ungraspableness, the unknowingness, the incertitude, all of that becomes sublimely beautiful. It is so beautiful, all and everything. Even everything that I before thought was bad or afflictive. Not feeling separate from thought or feeling there's no longer trying to manipulate it. No feeling that some are better or worse than others. Joy and sorrow merged. Thought is just part of the show. No more feelings of that constant self-correction, self-judgment, the shoulda, woulda, couldas. There is no next, and that might sound scary, but that is the magic. And you are magical, and I love you, and there's a fly on the inside of my hat.